Hello, all. Good morning, good afternoon to each and every one of you, or good night to my friends across the way. Hope each and every one of you are all having a fantastic morning, and I hope that everyone has a delightful day. Today's episode of DD Delights Midday, we are going to talk about travel and, where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you may get there. But before we do, let's jump over to the chat. Let's say hello to a few of our friends, and we are going to rock today out. So, the first one in the chat this morning, we have Miss Gracie and Jacques Adventure. Hello, thank you for coming in. Then we have my girlfriend from across the pond, my sister from another Miss Michael Ann Spoiled Mama.
Hello, hello.
Hi. Thanks for joining me on this midday talk. And then we have Mr. Roy and Becky. Howdy, howdy. We have the real Robert Rockwell. Hello, hello. And we have Mr. Good Old Ron Sees America. Hi, my friend. How are you? So, today's show, we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about travel. Michael Ann, the reason why I brought you up here is because you're from the Canadian side of things. And I know you can give a good standpoint on like what the exchange is and, you know, maybe how you look up your tips for your trips that you go on and things like that. So, real quick, I do know that I have been on a few trips and we have traveled. And Michael Ann, I know you've traveled to a few things. Oh, and Miss Najuma snuck in there. Hello, Miss Najuma. So, I know that we have all traveled and we've all ventured off and have gone on.
Shh.
But mom, somebody's out there. We've all ventured on and we've all went and seen different things around the world. So, for me, what I like to do when I travel, if it's by plane, what I like to go to is I go to cheaptickets.com or I will try to go to cheapair.com and I'll type in where you want to start and where you want to end, and I would the dates and all, and then that's how I would search for my flights. Now that most of you, I could tell everybody, I am officially a travel TA, and with that, I can book flights, cruises, land destinations. I can book hotels. I can do trip insurance and much, much more. So I can look up flights through my end. And here's the good part, I can schedule flights 330 days in advance. That is way more than what the any airline will offer you if you go to them directly. Normally, you can only get 6 months out. So, for me to be able to book airfare, I can do a whole year in advance, minus 6 days. So, that's not bad at all. Then you get the really cheap prices that way. So, that is one of the best things to do. I know when I was looking back in my younger days for Disney travel, for all my Disney fans out there. When I would look that, I searched the webs. Back in the day, I would type in condos around Disney and do different things. And that's how I found my Disney vacation one year. But now, being a TA, I can go in here and I can book hotels right on property to Disney for a fraction of the price that you're going to pay to find it yourself. Like, I mean, it's a lot cheaper. I didn't think it would be.
It's good to know.
So, Michael Lamb, what do you do when you search for going on vacations or travel or things like that?
Well, the last two vacations kind of been selected for myself already. Whether I went to when I went in 2019 to Cuba, it was my boss at work that made all the arrangements with his travel agent, and it was a recommendation of a friend of my coworkers that said, "Go to this resort. That that's for a diamond club. That's for this and this and this and." So that's what he booked,
Yeah.
and it was, I believe, through Sunwing, and that was a whole package. The flight, the resort, everything was included except for excursions. Well, that my last vacation, it was the cruise. Amy made the arrangements through whatever for the cruise part, and you arranged the flights. So it was like it was done for me. I just had to give some people some money.
Right.
But,
Right. Right.
but before that, when my boys and I went out west a couple times. The first time, um, I just went on searched Expedia for flights, and I think I booked the one hotel through them too. And my mom booked another hotel for where we were staying. But I like being able to book it on my own, or say working with a travel agent. If I had one, say, okay, I want to go here. I need this done and this done and this done, because the hotel my mom booked was not exactly the cheapest.
Yeah. Yeah. And so for me, being a new TA, I can book Canadians now and Americans and other people from around the world, depending upon what destination you're going to. Now, if you're taking a cruise, and I'm going to use Sean and Alana for example, their group cruise, okay, that they have coming up in 2025, because I'm the lead TA on all of it, I cannot book Australians for an Australian cruise. I could book them if they were coming on an American cruise, but I cannot book them because they don't have an American address.
Interesting.
That's what I said. That's what we both said. But I can do Canadians, I can do UK people, I can do our, my ourselves. And what I like about it, and I'm going to use their trip again, is when you look at things, you can they have so much to offer, like through Celebrity. Celebrity sends you an email, and in the email, it sends you all of these things that you have to do, all of them, and it's it's pretty nice. It talks about everything, and yeah, I really like the process that they have. So yeah, so we have some pretty cool things coming up. Did you know that currently these are some amazing things going to be going on? Carnival has a March promo with great rates, reduced deposits, and much, much more. And Celebrity, today is the last day. They have the biggest sale of the year promo where you get 75% off the second guest, a non refundable deposit. But if you book through me and you're going on this Sydney trip, your deposit is refundable. Um, they also have, so see, okay, for Celebrity Cruises, they also let you book your flights. And just for giggles right now, if you book a current cruise on Celebrity and you want to book your flights, you can book your flights and get 20% off your airfare or free airfare, depending upon what they're running. So you have to really learn these promos really, really well. Um, Disney Cruise Line, you get up to 35% off. And then you get Disney plus a special. Not quite sure what the special is. Um, Margaritaville at Sea has some things going on. Holland America has some pretty cool things. MSC, you get an onboard credit and your kids sail free. Why can't they say that about the adults?
You pay for my kids and I go free?
Right? And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. It just depends upon what you want. So let's switch it to land vacations. Um, Disney currently has a offer going on that's valid till the end of March. You get Disney parks and a cruise promotion. Club Med ski resorts have a promotion going on. AMA waterways and free land packages. Very nice promotion going on there. So yeah, there's a lot of cool land vacations going on, which is very, very nice. And you guys, if you're looking to do something and you're not sure, just send me something. Talk to me. Let me know what you're thinking because I can always go over. I can only takes a minute and I don't mind. I can shoot you a quote on anything that you would like to go do. And I can save it if that is what something that you want and you need a couple of days to pay on it. I could save it for you. So yeah, definitely get at me.
Late night last night, right?
Yeah, just a little. Just well,
Both of us in here.
that and about 4:30 this morning, I was laying in bed and had a little bit of an onset to a panic attack. But I just closed my eyes and I took some deep breaths and I must have fell right to sleep because it went away. And I get them once in a great while. I get it when my anxiety's high. So, or if I watch a high intense, like, it's not so much of a spook movie, but say it's got a lot of action and a lot of fighting or something in it. If I watch something like that before I go to bed, some nights I'm really, really good and I can fall right to sleep, but other nights, every little sound, I'm like, what's that? What's that? And yeah, I kind of get the heebie jeebies and bouncies like, ooh, somebody's coming to get me. Who is it?
Somebody in the house?
Uh,
Be like, somebody in the house? What's that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's just anxiety once in a while. And sometimes I feel it when it's starting to come on. So I prepare myself and I can just calm it so it goes right away. And other nights, like I'll wake up out of a dead sleep screaming bloody murder. And Steve can vouch. Like there has been times when I do it, I wake up, and I'm like practically on top of him, jumping and just screaming. And he wakes up and he's like, "What? What? What?" Like he wakes up like he's ready to go beat somebody, and it's me. Just I just had an onset of a panic attack, and it wakes me right up out of a freaking sleep. So I screamed so loud you'd think somebody robbed us. Or I was getting held up at gunpoint. So, but yeah, so travel's pretty fun. You go anywhere in the world. What's some of your bucket list items?
Well, going back on cruises, going to back to Cuba, uh, Iceland, and Greece are both bucket list.
Yeah. Do you have a dream board?
This is the first year in a while I haven't done one.
I actually thought about doing it. You know, kind of gives, well, what I would like to do is by the beginning of 2025. So, you know that I went out west for 3 weeks and traveled around Arizona with a bunch of friends. We were in Quartzsite for the big tent sale and the RTR and all of that good stuff. And I found my dream camper. It's a huge fifth wheel, and when you walk into it, it had like your fridge, your kitchen area, and your um dinette and everything on the main level when you walk in. You go up the steps to go over like the tongue of the
Mhm.
vehicle. That was your living room. And the recliners that were all in there or the couches fold folded out, and it made your king size bed for your guests there. You come back down the steps and you go back to the other side and you go up steps on the other side. And what you stepped into was your master bedroom. The bathroom was huge, gave you lots of room, even had a skylight in it for people who were taller. The bed lifted up, and as it lifted up, on the outside of the trailer was your garage. So if you had a golf cart or something, you could drive your golf cart right up in it and
Wow.
everything. So it was really cool. Lots of storage space. Um, so I would like that trailer, but I want to put another twang on it. And because I've seen this, I would like to get the one that actually has the office in front of the living room. So they would take the width of the trailer and about like as wide as this bed was the office. There's an office up there.
Mhm.
So if somebody's sleeping, they could be way in the back and you could be way up in your office and I you could be working away and everything else. I thought that was really, really cool. So my goal is before hopefully before the end of January of 2025, I can pay cash for my forever home. That is what I want. Good morning, Busby.
Hey, Busby.
So yeah, forever home. That would be really, really nice. That's what I truly would like to do. So that's my goal, and maybe upgrade our my vehicle to a newer truck. So let me see if I can get. Let me see if I can get that camper.
Yeah, living in a trailer would be cool. When I was, well, when my parents adopted me, I was a baby, and they were living in a. I'm trying to think how long that. It was 30 something feet long. The living room, then the kitchen area, and then there was two bedrooms in the bathroom.
Oh, that's not it.
Spent the first few years of my life living in a trailer.
Is it this one?
I'm too tall for what, Roy? Oh, we almost looked at a double decker bus.
Now that would be fun to travel around the world in a double decker bus that you could, design your own way, have like your bedroom amenities and everything on the second deck with maybe a bathroom. And then your first floor have your kitchen and your living room. And yeah, yeah, that would be fun. Come on, is this the.
I'm sorry, people, for yawning.
Yeah, this is the one that I want. Okay.
Busby had to sleep in the doghouse a few times. Does that count? Get yourself in trouble, Busby.
Not Busby.
No.
So that is my dream, is to pay cash in January of 2025 for our for my forever home and a brand new truck. All right. Come on, load, load, load.
I don't know, it's fine, but the top was too short, only 10,000 too. You plead the fifth. Okay, Busby.
All right, let me see if I can share this. Present screen. All right. Let's see. So this is it. I'm going to make it big. And then we can watch it. So this is my forever home that I want.
The 3941 FO is amazing. This rig is perfect for a couple working remotely on the road. The kitchen is equipped with a residential refrigerator, a large pantry, and a large oven. Up the stairs is the bathroom, which includes a residential-sized shower. The master bedroom has a king-size bed, a large dresser, and a stackable washer and dryer hookup. Back down the steps, you'll see the kitchen also includes a dinette. The living room has 3 sofas, 2 of which are hideaway beds. And the best part about this rig is the amazing area at the front of the rig. An office, perfect for remote work.
So that is what I want. I like it how it's got the office in the front. It separates you from working from whoever's trying to sleep in the back, if that was the case. So that is what I want.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So while we were out there, I was really looking into like trailer prices and checking those things out and seeing what it would be like. And I was like, that does sound like a pretty cool thing for me. But then I also thought, what if I just had a sticks and bricks and just wanted to get away for a little bit? Maybe I could just get a van. But I don't feel that there's a lot of room in there, you know? And I don't want to feel like my walls are closing in.
Wow.
Really, Roy and Becky? So are you saying you don't like the nomadic life? Or would you go back to sticks and bricks? So I just want to be able to travel and see the world. I have a lot of bucket lists items I would like to do. I want to go to the Badlands. I want to go to Mount Rushmore. I want to see the president's heads on the side of the mountain out there in South Dakota, North Dakota, somewhere out that way. Um, I would like to Mobang. What is up, my friend? How are you? How are you? I'd like to visit Oregon and Wisconsin and Washington, and I want to be able to. So I'm a big nature person. I love to hike. I love to do different things. I would like to go see some of the waterfalls that are out there and just soak it in. Um, I really want to be able to start doing some more. I got a little taste of it, just a little taste, when I was out west, and we went on a hike, and the hike was to a natural hot spring, and that hike was just remarkably beautiful. Um, the wildlife we got to see, the um, just being in nature, and you're walking in what us Michiganders call a ravine, but it's not a ravine. It's, you're walking at the base of a mountain, and you got walls for days, and as you're walking, you're thinking to yourself, just how safe is it to be out here? Like, what kind of animals are you going to come across? Or what kind of water are you going to have to try to avoid and stuff like that? So, there are some really cool things out there, not going to lie. It was really neat, really fun. So, yeah, those are some of my bucket list items. I've been to um, Cali. So I've done the LA nightlife. I've done the Santa Monica Pier. I've done Muscle Beach, and it's Muscle Beach, and there's another beach right there with it. So I've done those two beaches. I want to go down to Baja. I would love to see the Salton Sea. There's so much I'd like to do. And I'm going to start making vision boards and getting that mindset of thinking that way, and start crossing off some things on my bucket list over the next couple of years. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Livy's out of school in 2 years. We've we have both of us have been to Cali together. This year, maybe this summer, I would like to, before the M23 meetup, I'd like to go up to the northern part of Michigan and travel all across the top over to Wisconsin, and then come back down and around into Michigan with her. Um, we want to go out to the very tip of the Upper Peninsula over this way, where Michigan sits this way. You know how it kind of like forms like this?
Mm-hmm.
We want to come up into this tip and then maybe shoot up here to this tip. There's a lot of cool and amazing wildlife up that way. Bears, freaking moose, elk, you name it, we have it up there. And I just think it would be really fun to go look at and see. And then maybe cross over to the top part of Minnesota or Wisconsin and just go down a few states and then come back to Michigan. Um, what I try to do with her every summer, we pick a region to go to, and her and I go explore for 3 to 4 weeks. Or if I can't do that, we pick a region anyways. We'll drive to it, explore it for maybe 2 weeks, and then come back to Michigan. Because, I mean, we've seen a lot. Last year was our Michigan bucket list. Like, we spent a lot of time traveling around Michigan. That was a lot of fun. Sorry, I just got a text. That's all.
I've been, whoa. I echoed there. I've been well when we went out west. I drove through Michigan up to Upper Peninsula. Well, we stayed overnight in I think it was Ironwood. Yeah. So when I went with my mom, we stayed in Iron Mountain. That's what this time we stayed in Ironwood, and then got up and went through Wisconsin and Minnesota, and
Yeah.
then got bored and ended up going up into Manitoba. But when I went out with my mom back in like I think it was like in the '90s, we went across and went through up through Wisconsin, Minnesota, and then we went into was it North Dakota and Montana, and
Yeah.
then we went into Alberta.
So I was also thinking there is a cruise ship that goes from, I think it's Ludington, Michigan. It's over by Traverse City area, and it crosses into it's an overnight trip. Livy's never been on a cruise. She's not a really big fan of boats or ships, but this is a pretty big one. You drive your car up into it, and then they give you rooms on the ship, and it has like a master dining room, a buffet area, and then a relaxing deck. And it's just for I think it's for 2 nights, and then it takes you over to Wisconsin that way. We may go look at that this year. So
Give a little sample of what cruising's like.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And then I also thought about what Roy and Becky are thinking about a, a bus, a full size bus. Then you can design it how you want to design it, and there's just a lot of, I don't want to say what ifs or very nice, this is what I want type thing. I know what I want. It's just I need to do a vision board with everything, and I need to have a goal in mind of where I want to be and at in 2025. So that's what I'm aiming for. So what are you thinking about? What have you been thinking about doing next? What's your next adventure you'd like to go on?
I don't know. I also want to go to the east coast of Canada because I haven't been to Nova Scotia or Newfoundland, and my biological brother lives in Nova Scotia. I have yet to meet him in person, so that would be nice to do within the next year or two. Although he's made a comment about coming this way too, so we'll see what happens there. But if
Yeah.
I do those two provinces, then that's also on my bucket list to do all 10 provinces, and then we'll finish that all.
Yeah. Let me go grab this reader of this cruise real quick. This cruise that I was talking about with here in Michigan, it's called the SS Badger Crossing. Experience a experience a legacy on Lake Michigan. So I think it's pretty cool. It literally goes from, I was right, it goes from Ludington all the way across Wisconsin and all the way across Minnesota. So it's a couple of days. It goes from Ludington to Manitoba, and then that's that one, and then Manitoba back to Ludington, but you can go all over the place on this boat. Um,
Then
and it looks like a freighter, but
he
it's
said Royce
really
had the Badger, and then he said that's the only coal burning ship left in the world. Get on it now if you can. They may retire it soon if it doesn't get the upgraded gas engines. I hear.
yeah, yep. So it's kind of neat. And this is a thing that just came out. Like, let me see if I can show you. They have the. So what's kind of cool is the main deck is on the bottom here. And then they have the upper deck there. And there's not a lot of rooms. There's only like 43 rooms that you can stay in. It's kind of neat. When I seen this, I was like, ooh, this is a bucket list. And it would be kind of cool because she's never really gone on a cruise. It's something to do here in Michigan. And you can go around and see, all the different sites to see. All the different sites to see. Good morning, Miss Sharon.
It was cool to watch that other cruise line go through, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's not
So,
that doesn't even make it to a bucket list. It's more the list.
so if you're gonna go on this, the SS Badger, ready for this? I'm shocked. It's $155 round trip for a summer trip. If you're a student, which would be Livy, hers would be $76 round trip.
That's
Or she would be considered an adult, so it would be 155. And then for your car for round trip, it's 167. RVs and campers, it's $16 a foot. You could take your bicycles, motorcycles on there. So it's kind of neat. Like, I don't know. It's definitely different. It's on my bucket list to do. I have seriously thought about it. So if you did this is your amenities on board. You get to enjoy a relaxing 4-hour cruise across Lake Michigan aboard the SS Badger and choose between numerous amenities available. On board, you get the famous Badger Bingo, shop in the boutique, you get a stateroom, you get free movies, free video entertainment system available on your own devices. You get a lounge indoor and outdoor, an open deck for walking and fresh air, board games, museums, and a quiet area. Kids' activities is a scavenger hunt, coloring contest, movie theater, game room, and kids' port play area. Dining, all dining and bar locations. Featured items made with the local Michigan. They feature their items local artisans. So anything from Michigan and Wisconsin. You get the Badger Galley, a full service bar, and a breakfast buffet. So that's not too bad.
Sounds interesting.
And it does. Like, let me see if we can do this. Yeah, it's more of a car ferry. Roy's right. Let me see if I can share this. Okay. We're going to watch this brief thing real quick. Okay. It's on. No sound. Just my life.
So many people, they've never been on a body of water where they could get out of sight of land.
It's especially interesting to see people that have never seen Lake Michigan and they just can't comprehend the size of it. There's times when the water just takes your breath away.
It's a 4-hour trip across the lake, so we offer a variety of things for people to do. We have a gift shop, we have movie theaters, we have 2 restaurants.
I think it's just the excitement of being on a boat that size. The Badger is truly an icon.
The Badger was built in 1953. It has traveled more than 1 million miles back and forth across the lake, has transported more than 5 million people in its life. And the durability of this vessel is incredible.
It's a very powerful ship. It ran every day of the year, breaking ice, and it's way overbuilt. The railroad overbuilt everything.
The railroad cars weighed thousands of tons and they had to strap them down with chains. It was a different way of life. I had the unusual opportunity back in 1992 of joining Charles Conrad before the Badger was actually ready to sail. I had a belief that this could survive and be successful as a passenger-oriented ferry. Charles was a character. I mean, he looked the part. He always had a Badger jacket on that he loved. It was a joy to work with him.
He loved challenges. He also loved Ludington. And I think when the car ferry stopped running, it bothered him. And I think he really wanted to do something for the community. He called me up one time and said, I'm thinking about buying a boat. And I said, oh, really? Well, what kind of boat are you going to buy? He said, well, it's a car ferry. And I thought, gee, I don't know. And it was in bankruptcy at that time. He said, what do you think? I said, I don't know, Chuck. And he said, Bob, a lot of guys buy boats. I'd like to own that boat.
We got ownership of the Badger in February, and we had a target date of May 15th, 1992, to get the Badger completely renovated and ready to sail. It was an awesome task. When we were departing, there were thousands of people that were on the shore, and everybody's cheering, and there are horns blowing there. And the Badger represented a continuation of a huge maritime heritage. And that idea that it was almost lost and then brought back, it was a very emotional experience.
We're one of the very few, not just car ferries, but few steamships that are still operating. I think you have to step back and remember that it's the people that work for you that made it happen.
When you add that element, the human element, it's very rewarding, very rewarding.
I had someone ask me why I was still working. I said, because I get to meet all these wonderful people all the time. And they're from all walks of life. They're from all over the world. So I think it's to create an atmosphere for these people where they remember it, and they do.
When people care about what they're doing, that translates into a really good customer experience. I look forward to what's going to happen in the future.
So that is the SS Badger here in good old Michigan. And like Roy said, yes, it does go back and forth to, you know, It runs, it's got its schedule, it goes back and forth and everything. So it's pretty cool. Um, that's kind of on my bucket list, even though that it's not a huge, what's the words I'm looking for? A cruise ship. It's some type of cruise ship. So yeah, it is. It's pretty neat, isn't it? So but yeah, I really like it, and that's something that's on our bucket list this summer to do. So definitely thinking about that for sure.
And you don't have to worry about parking for your vehicle because it's with you.
Right. Well, and I even thought about just doing the one way across
Mhm.
and getting off. And so what if it takes me to Minnesota or Wisconsin? How hard would it be for me to drive down through Chicago, which and then come back up 94 into Michigan? It's not that hard. Or let that be the start of our journey, her and I.
Yep.
And we could head out west for a few months before we have to come back, or head out, I don't know. Just a lot of different things going on. Oh, I bet it's beautiful being out in the Great Lakes on that ship during 4th of July, being able to see all the fireworks from I have been on a boat during fireworks and seen the fireworks as you're out in the Great Lakes over the water and the light from the fireworks glistening off the water. It's beautiful, very beautiful. So travel is a lot of fun, no matter where you live, right, Michael Ann?
Yep.
And I even wouldn't mind coming to Canada and traveling around there with Livy as well. So, guys, if you're looking for any upcoming travel information, or you have maybe looked for upcoming travel and you're not quite sure where to start or what to do, you could always send me an email down below. And I would love to help you all with your travel needs this year and next year and the years to come. So, down here at Destinations Delight 96 at gmail.com. You could send me an email, talk to me, tell me where you would like to be, tell me what you would like to do. And, I would really love to be able to help each and every one of you out on your next travel needs. So, it would be cool. Yes, it definitely would. And I think Michael Ann would vouch for that one too. It would be cool to see something like that round trip.
Especially at that price. Like, even if you're paying a little extra here, a little extra there on top, it's
Yeah. Yep, I agree. I need to go in here. Go in here. And I'm going to grab this link right here. Actually, I'm going to grab it here. Going to grab it here. We are going to paste. So the link that I have in the chat is for Roy and Becky here in just a few minutes. But I would like to go over there and give them a raid tonight, today, because today is midday. So, yeah, that would be for Roy and Becky's travels. Guys, head on over there and give them a DD Delight raid. Next Wednesday, this time again, we're going to do another midday. Um, or we might bump it to Thursday, depending upon what's going on my calendar. We're going to play around with this. I really like doing these midday lives with everybody because there's not a lot of people that go on at this hour. I think it's kind of fun to sit back and relax. My East Coast friends are up. My West Coast friends are just waking up. And my Southern friends are up because they're only an hour behind us. So, no matter where they're at, going on at midday and just talking and having a conversation and seeing how everybody is, I might even just drop the link next week and let's just all have a chit chat check in that day and just see how everybody is doing. So, join me next Monday night, or I should say this coming Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have another part of the KKP project video that I'm going to be dropping. It's more of a hike video that we did that I did that is behind the Airbnb rental that we stayed at, which was a phenomenal rental. And then I have two more videos of that. Later on this evening, later on this evening, I will have the football highlight reel done and ready to go for William. Actually, it is done. It's just all photos that I put together. Um, I'm not gonna post the plays that he was in only because for the team, they like to keep their plays kind of secretive. So I'm not gonna film. I'm not gonna show that film. Um, but yeah, that'll be out later on this afternoon. Next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be doing an amazing show. I'm going to have a little bit of a surprise for most of you. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to learn to start rocking some things out, trying some things new, and just growing together as a community. I think it would be fun. What do you have coming up, Michael Ann?
Well, this Thursday we got some country music trivia.
Nice.
And I got there'll be another LARP video out today.
Nice.
I think I got 4, maybe 5 left. For those, I got a few random ones, including a kitchen CSI one.
Yeah.
Probably either the weekend or beginning of next week.
Yeah. Hello, camp maintenance guy. Thanks for coming in this afternoon. Hope all is well. So yeah, and I know for those of you who have ordered magnets from me from the Cruisathon raid, Troy and his wife are finishing those up. We are going to be getting together here in a couple of weeks, and yeah, I will be collecting the magnets from him. And then we will be getting them sent out, or I will hold them till you can come pick them up, depending upon who ordered them and where you're at.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Man, I don't, because it's dry in here. My sinuses are all plugged up right now.
I'm stuffy this morning too.
So, have you had lunch yet today?
I had a couple of pieces of French toast before
coming on?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just thinking, what am I going to make for lunch?
No, I didn't get up till late, so by the time I got out of the bed, it's like it goes to 11. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
What have I got down here?
I was up at 9:30 this morning, but then I called back in bed and went back to sleep till my alarm clock went off at 11, and I was like, Oh, I got to get up. Tomorrow, I have to be up early. I have an 8 a.m. neurology appointment. Excuse me, guys. So I have to be at the neurologist at 8 a.m.
But Friday morning, I would be early. My
And
cousin was
then,
supposed to be heading up to Nineveh today, but her and her husband have had this ongoing respiratory thing going on. She's back on it. Oh, she's been on antibiotics like 2 rounds at least, and now she's got nausea and that. And she goes, "I'm not getting on an airplane when I'm feeling like puking."
right, right.
So now she's not heading out till Friday morning, and she messaged me like first thing this morning. It's like, "Will you be able to Friday morning?" It's like, "I can pick you up at 7:15." Okay.
Busby, it's okay because it's only 10 o'clock where you're at. So you're allowed to eat cereal for breakfast. It's almost 1 o'clock where I'm at. And so I have to eat lunch. I mean, I could make it like a brunch, but I'm not making that big of a breakfast just for one person.
If I had cereal, I would have it, but there's no cereal and no milk, so.
Um, what else? Oh, we have the puppies again this weekend. They come today, tonight.
Maple and Poppy.
Oh, yes, they are, aren't they, Mr. Troy? He said if you take the trip on the Badger, the sand dunes are right close and take the dune ride. So I like to go down to Grand Haven area and head over to Douglas Island and Sagatuck and all of that that's down that way, over to Holland and all of that. They have what's called the duck boat over there. It's an old war amphibious vehicle. It is a land and water vehicle. And that is on my bucket list this year to go do as well, because I think that would be extremely fun. So, as soon as Roy and Becky go live, we're going to head on over there and give them a DD Delight raid. I'm just waiting on their live to kick in, and we're going to head over there.
What am I looking for? Oh, no.
So, the dunes are fun. I mean, if I knew my truck could do it, I'd take it over there and go. What you laughing about?
Hauling your truck up a sand dune?
Heck yeah, that'd be fun. And I know Livy and I want to go back to the Huron National Forest again too this year. There's some things that we want to look at that we didn't get to do, like that camp kitchen down at the Lumberman's Monument. We want to go check that out. I don't know. There's a few things that we want to go do up that way. So,
Cool. Oh, it sucks.
alrighty, Roy is. Oh, hold on. All right, Roy is live. Everybody head on over there and give him a DD Delight raid. And thank you all for coming and being a part of this. I love each and every one of you. Catching up with me on midday, and we will talk some more. And until next time, guys, thanks for being with me. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one.